Hey everyone, how's it going? So let me show you what one of the worst things you could do to your vehicle. Let me just show you that real quick. And here I am in my Kia. Start it up. And what we're gonna do, my truck is actually idling there. I just have to move cars around in my driveway. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna park my car right here. Now, my car was cold, okay? Why is that the worst thing I could do? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me just start it back up. So, the reason it's one of the worst things you could do is because when your car is cold, it's in what's called open loop. Meaning the computer has preset parameters that allows the vehicle to run. It allows it to start, it allows it to run, it allows it to, idle. And you notice when you first start your car and it's cold, it'll idle high and slowly come down. During that point in time, the computer will allow the sensors, well, it's always looking at the sensors, but once the sensors reach certain parameters, it says, okay, engine's warmed up, or engine's in the process of warming up. I can let the sensors take over and give me all the information I need, and I can adjust accordingly. Because beforehand, the engine's usually running quite rich in order to allow it to fire and start and run. Like, remember the old days when cars had chokes? The chokes would close. And if you left them wide open, a choke, the car wouldn't run worth of nothing. You'd have to keep your foot on the gas and stuff like that until it reached a certain temperature and it could run on its own. Same thing with a modern fuel-injected motor. You still need more fuel, possibly more timing. It all depends on what's built into the vehicle. Cam timing, everything else. Everything is all taken into consideration, and they basically built in a program so it knows, it says, hey, my outside temperature is this, my coolant temperature is this. I got to wait till we reach a certain point of engine temperature before it'll run on its own. So it basically takes all that information and then kind of does a calculation and says, okay, now we've reached that point, we can let it run. So what's the big problem with shutting it off? Okay, if you shut it off when it's in open loop, like you just moved it 5 feet and you just shut it off, now you let it sit all day long again. You basically had it running as rich as it possibly could when you first started it, and now you're going to go restart it, and I've seen this happen countless times. The engine will actually flood out on the next startup, or maybe a third startup, but it will happen. So in a situation like this, like I have the car running, leave it running for a while, at least 2 or 3 minutes. Just leave it running. Whip it up the road, something like that. Worst cars for this, believe it or not, Toyotas. I've seen it, I can't tell you how many times with Toyotas. Anyway, that's it. Just wanted to point that out to you. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.